So the president of peace, the guy who wants to rename the Department of Defense to the Department of War so we can strike a more aggressive tone and intimidate the nuclear superpowers around the world, and who's in the process of invading, sometimes illegally, multiple American cities with our own military, just screamed on the internet, Chicago is the unaliving capital of the world, because he wants to invade Chicago like he illegally invaded Los Angeles and like he invaded DC. In fact, he said DC was so violent he had to bring in National Guard troops from 6 Republican states, and that's the same premise he's using as he threatens to invade Chicago. But before he invades anyone else, let's be fair and compare the violent crime rates in Chicago and DC to the cities from those red states. The ones who voluntarily chose to take members of the National Guard out of their homes, out of their careers, and send them to invade an American city. So first, the violent crime rate in Washington, D.C. in 2024 was 926 incidents per 100,000 people. In Chicago in 2024, it was 1,064 incidents per 100,000 people. So first, the governors of West Virginia and South Carolina did send members of the National Guard, but they don't have any cities that are even close to D.C. or Chicago. But let's look at Ohio. Cleveland, 1,617 incidents of violent crime per 100,000 people. Toledo is 1,200. Dayton is 1,150. And they don't have official metrics for Cincinnati and Columbus, but both are expected to be a little bit below Cleveland, but still above D.C. and Chicago. Then we have troops from Mississippi. Jackson is estimated to be between 1,200 and 1,400 incidents of violent crime per 100,000 people. Louisiana, Shreveport, 1,200 to 1,300 incidents. And we have troops from Tennessee. Memphis, 2,450 incidents per 100,000 people, 6 times the national average. And Nashville, 1,140. All in, the 6 red states with 6 red governors who sent troops to invade Washington, D.C. have 9 cities that are more violent than either Washington, D.C. or Chicago within those red states. Which actually tracks, because if you rank all 50 states by per capita violent crime, 15 of the top 20 went to Trump. But unfortunately, because I lost MAGA about half an hour ago when I used the phrase per capita, the fact that troops are being taken from their homes to invade neighboring cities through a false political, insanely reckless and insanely expensive pretense will be completely lost on their smooth little brains.